Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure. You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
Take a closer look, Xion. It's a miracle.
What are you talking about?
This outfit, it's already got blue accents on it.
So I see.
Your cooking has really improved, Xion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Xion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing. Xion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. I was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Xion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
Hey, Alphen, why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger, the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shion's not really into the same kind of food most Renans are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me. Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time.
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine, but what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
Hey, that actually came out pretty all right, don't you think?
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey,
What is it?
do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner! Yes! Yes, of course! Dinner! Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah, so much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
I think it's time we go to sleep. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
Hoo-hoo! Hoo! Hoo-hoo-hoo!
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just
Hush. Be quiet for a moment. The pieces speak to me.
What?
These relics that have scattered about. I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming from them, Rinwell?
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric patterns. This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Am I just like Dohalim?
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
What a wonderful treasure this is.
Hey! She's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Hey, Alvin. What do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy! Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cyslodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hoodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hoodle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hoodle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hoodle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hoodle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hoodle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Ah, get off of me, you insecure fluff ball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Shion, how are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion, but that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
No, Halim. I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo.
My word. This must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
A lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Hoo hoo. 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 Hoo hoo. Hoo.
Maybe something's going on in the forest. Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Courteous, aren't you?
Sighted! And again! Take it! You're open! Help! It's a duel of the arts!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help. Yeah! Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah! Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... All right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
We've reached our destination.
Discourteous,
You're
huh?
open! You're open!
Didn't even break a sweat.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too. I've got a really bad feeling about this. One more! mine!
Now you see what I can do! Air power!
Resonate with the earth!
Lunar
Stalagmite!
blast!
Rending you
By the
apart!
power the flashing parts are weak point! Holy land!
Generate teeth in! Attack time!
A thrilling performance.
How's this?
Benedict.
Mega ray!
Heal!
Thanks.
Shooting star!
A scream fades into
Into the shadows!
Bloody hollow!
Oh, but it looks like you got this one covered!
Negative gate! On your knees!
Annihilation! This will come in handy. Here I go! Searing flame!
benediction.
Radiant blood!
Benediction.
Here's a healing arm! Here, let me help! First aid!
No doubt.
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Benediction.
How's this?
Stardust!
Heal!
Okay.
Let's give it a whirl!
Can't end here!
Don't give up!
From beyond, imbue this
Time
vanquished
to
soul
burn.
in blood resuscitation! Our arts are being interrupted.
Toxicity! Fierce wind!
Negative gate! Blood! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Rending!
Here I go! Go! Mega ray!
The enemy wields our
Freezing
tools.
We'll soon see about that!
The flaming pillar!
Vanquish darkness! I'm only getting started! And again! There! Divine! One more time! Mega ray! Hard malevolence! Arcane waterfall! Seal! One more!
Eat dirt!
I'm only getting started! Beyond the darkest skies! How's this? How's this? Mega ray! Shooting star! I can do Don't leave me! How's this? Sleep! Now... Here's a healing arc! First aid! Here, let me help. First aid! It's over! Mega ray!
Nice work!
Wings of heaven! First force! Sighted! Go! Mega ray! Caught now through all!
I owe you one. Double demon fang! Double demon fang! Double demon fang!
Soaring blast! I'll smash you! Everlasting shot! Eagle wing!
Hear my call!
Double demon fang!
Regenerate!
It's on! Not today!
Let us take to the fray! Resonate with
Double
the earth!
demon fang!
Stalagmite! On your knees! all
Not my watch! By the power of
You're mine!
outstanding form!
Slash! Severing wind! Elusive Searing Gale! Eagle Wing! Double Demon Fang! Crushing Strike!
None shall escape!
Eating Pile Driver!
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee!
Soaring
Shooting star! The blah 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 magic! Burning strike! The blah blah blah! Burning strike! Got it! Now's our chance! Blah blah
Not
blah!
today!
Burn!
Eating Pile Driver! Wind! Tornado Drive!
Not in your dreams!
Searing Gale!
Here's a healing art!
Here I come!
Light astral energy!
It's over! Take this!
Negative
Take this!
Lava within the sky is mine! Annihilation far beyond the darkest sky!
No further! Crush! I'm not done! Double Demon Fang! Wind! Heal!
What would I do without you?
I'll smash you! Take this!
Here goes!
Slash! This
Razor
one's all
Cyclone!
mine!
Radiant
Take it!
Freedom!
Wind! Burn it! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Here, let me help!
You're mine!
First aid!
Double Demon Fang!
Here goes!
Dance on the wind!
Razor Spear! Here's evil!
Forgive me! Stay away from my friend! Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Benediction light.
Rising Wyvern!
Ready and ready!
Smart!
Rising Wyvern!
There! And again!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stand.
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! I'm right behind you!
Mega Ray!
Rising Speed! You pay for that!
Don't mind if I do!
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! You're on!
There!
What the?
Explosive
Light
ring!
astral energy! Illuminate the dark!
A new lease on life.
Holy Land!
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light
Here's a
Spear!
healing art! First aid!
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Here, let me help.
Help this!
Ignite!
Mega Ray! Shiny Supernova! Banana, let's go!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
You're mine! I'll smash you! take it? Does it hurt? Double demon fang!
I can't heal you forever.
Shattering to pieces! Attack time!
They're not playing around.
Here comes the big one!
Here's evil.
Double demon fang!
Here's the healer.
Thanks!
Get you all tucked away.
Double demon fang!
Here I come.
Execution! Try harder! My turn!
Nail strike. I can do
It's
this.
on! Double demon fang!
Lunar collision.
Double demon fang! You! Stay away from my friend! Imbue this vanquished soul with double demon fang! Double demon fang!
I'll save you. Damn it. Out of ammo. I'm all stuffed up.
No escape!
Dance in the wind. I'm ready.
Negative gate!
I won't give up.
They smite with double demon fang!
Ready to go. I'll be saving this one.
Double demon fang!
Magic is there. All day.
Double demon fang!
Is this it?
In here, Radiant. Here. I'll be saving this one. Chronotos field. Magna ray. Back into the fray.
Double demon fang!
If it's in the sky,
here I go.
A whirling
Double
trouble.
demon fang!
Winds of heaven.
Double demon fang! Double demon
The
fang!
enemy is going all out.
Double hit!
Here's evil. Freeze Lancer. Here's the healing trouble. First aid. Winds of
Burn in
heaven.
hell.
First force.
Try harder!
Take.
Resonate with the earth! Try harder! Not a chance! Rending you apart! Save you! Bloody! Here I come! Double demon fang! On your
Flame of fury. Burning.
double demon fang!
Here's evil. Lunar blast. Lightning condensed.
They smite with
Is this it?
Come forth, holy glimmer, holy lamp.
execution! On your
March required. Complete focus.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life! Patient!
Get on in there with him.
Benediction light.
I can handle it.
Now it's my turn! There! Double demon fang! I've healed myself. Demon fang! Resuscitate! It's in your hands now.
Get in the wind.
Here I come!
Air
Pierce through!
a whirling struggle.
Slash! Do it! Rising Wyvern!
Burning strike. Glacial field. Here's the focus. Think again. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation. The enemy is going all out. Easter. First aid. A whirling struggle. One more. Winds of heaven. There. I won't give up.
Pierce through! Air pressure! Sword Rain Alpha! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with... No further.
Divine strength.
No rest for the wicked.
Here's the
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation!
I've healed myself. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Purge malevolence! Arcane waterfall! Feel! First aid! Magic missile! Burning strike! The blah blah blah! Burning strike! The blah blah blah! Burning strike! You get the gist! Burning strike!
Demon Fang!
I'm
Double Demon Fang!
sorry.
I healed myself.
Here I come!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation!
Eat dirt!
What was I
You
thinking?
require a hand. From beyond,
Reload!
Severing wind!
Here, let me help.
resuscitation!
First aid!
Benediction light.
Annihilation! Radiant pierce! I'm out
Benediction light.
Anything in armor is all Air thrust!
My reach is even wider.
Slash! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Dragon Swarm! Try this!
Radiant pierce!
Explosive ring!
Watch yourself.
Flame!
I sense incredible power.
Chromatos beam!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Now through all
Time!
Back into the
Don't
Incineration
get
Wave!
carried away.
Here, let me help.
Demon
First
Fang!
aid!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right.
I see you.
Far beyond! Let me help. First
Rising
aid!
Wyvern! Void Blast!
Now we see what I can do.
Sleep now. None shall
On your
Crazy
knees.
cascade!
Mirage!
Air pressure.
Sonic Thrust!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Rising Wyvern!
Anything in order is
Here's a healing art! First aid!
I
All
can carve
disaster
through walls. Knock it into next
Come
week.
forth, the helix of purity! Resuscitation! Maelstrom!
Benediction light.
The flame
Don't get carried away. In your face.
field! Far enough! I'll be saving this one! Inside here goes! Help this! Alright! It's showtime!
Incineration Wave!
Series! Can't be happening! Dance in the wind!
From beyond,
Sleep now.
imbue this vanquished
More
soul
for the
with
top
love.
line.
Resuscitation. I've healed myself. Resuscitation. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation. Watch yourself. I sense incredible power. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love.
Lunar winds of heaven!
My reach is even wider.
I'll bring you back from death to life and red! Dance in the wind! Resuscitate!
This has a most peculiar...
Nothing gets by me!
No further.
Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Demon Fang!
Resuscitation! Air thrust! Think again! No defense! Mega ray!
Armor won't save you!
Cyclone! Radiant
Benediction light. Prepare to be sealed!
I'm in your debt, Dohain.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
This one's
You've got
Shattering
Nick.
Pieces!
Attack time! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
On your
Don't give up!
From beyond,
Vanquish
imbue
darkness.
this vanquished soul with resuscitation.
Divine strength!
Instinct sharpened.
First aid!
Okay, here I go.
Wind. Here my call! Air thrust! A whirling trouble!
I see you. Miss. I'll face you.
Water! Primed and red! Spread! Here's a healing art! First aid! Lightning
Benediction
descent.
light.
Thunderblade!
Heal.
Illuminating the storm.
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Sonic Thrust! Try this! Blending Blast! Finish it!
Rupture. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
Hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Danins and Renins, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me, and what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
We finally made it.